Have you noticed you are aging much faster than you should be? Take a moment and look at how you feel right now. We have the most comfortable lives in history, yet our minds are completely burned out. You don't just feel tired, your body is actually stuck in survival mode. But what if losing your energy isn't just bad genetics? When people look at how long the Japanese live, they assume it's just good genes or a perfectly peaceful life. It is not. In reality, Japan struggles with a brutal culture of extreme overwork. The pressure is so high that it has led to tragic suicide rates, and a word literally meaning death by overwork. But hiding right next to all this stress is a silent, hidden system. It is a simple daily routine that actively protects their minds and bodies from breaking down. You are not struggling because you are lazy. You are struggling because your environment is training you to fail. Today, we are going to reveal 7 hidden Japanese habits. Pay close attention to the fourth habit. It takes exactly 3 minutes, but it will completely change how you handle stress. Are you ready to take back your energy? Let's begin. 1. The real reason your room makes you tired. Most people view cleaning as a punishment. It is a chore we avoid until the mess becomes unbearable, or until someone is coming over to visit. But this mindset is a modern failure. In Japan, cleaning is a deeply ingrained daily anchor. It is taught from early childhood, where schools train students to clean their own classrooms every single day. Let's look at the mental reality of this habit. Why do you feel a spike of anxiety when your workspace or bedroom is chaotic? It is because visual clutter constantly runs in the background of your mind, like too many open tabs on a computer screen. A messy environment sends a continuous, low-level signal of panic to your brain. It screams that you do not have control over your surroundings. Your external environment is always a physical reflection of your internal state. When you dedicate even 10 minutes a day to restoring order to your space, you are not just wiping away dust. You are executing an act of environmental command. You are proving to your brain that you are capable of controlling your world. You are signaling safety. You are pulling your mind out of survival mode and placing it back into a state of calm clarity. You simply cannot organize your mind if you cannot organize your room. 2. Why you wake up tired, even after 8 hours. Once your environment is stabilized, the system targets your internal body clock. There is an old observation from a foreigner in Japan over 100 years ago. He noted a strange morning routine. Before the sun even rose, villagers would gather outside. The moment the sun crested the mountains, they would face it, clap their hands, and take in the morning light. While the strict tradition might be older, the raw biological power of this habit remains devastatingly effective. Look at the modern morning routine. We wake up in the dark, jolted by a loud alarm, and immediately stare into the artificial blue light of a smartphone screen. We confuse our brain before we even step out of bed. This triggers a frantic, unnatural spike in stress hormones. You start your day in a state of quiet panic. By waking early and exposing your eyes to natural morning sunlight within the first hour of waking, you forcefully reset your internal clock. You align your energy with the rising momentum of the day. This natural light exposure tells your body exactly what time it is. It boosts your morning energy, smooths out your stress levels, and guarantees that when night falls, your body actually knows how to fall into a deep sleep. You aren't just waking up, you are actively setting up your sleep for the next night. 3. How to get energy without coffee. The modern world runs on borrowed energy. We consume massive amounts of coffee and highly synthetic energy drinks to artificially force our eyes open. We trigger a low-grade fight-or-flight response just to get through a normal workday. By 2 in the afternoon, the system crashes and we are left completely drained. There is a far smarter way to fuel the body. Matcha. When you drink ordinary tea, you are only drinking flavored water, throwing the most valuable parts away with the tea bag. But matcha is created by grinding the entire tea leaf into a fine powder, meaning you swallow a massive dose of pure nutrients. It delivers powerful antioxidants and essential vitamins directly into your system. But the true power of matcha is what it does to your mind. It contains a natural compound that directly calms the brain. When this compound mixes with natural caffeine, it creates a highly specific mental state, calm alertness. It forces your body to physically relax while simultaneously sharpening your mental focus. You are no longer borrowing energy and paying for it later with a crash and anxiety. You are fueling the machine efficiently. It is deep focus without the panic. 4. Do this if you sit all day. It takes 3 minutes. Physical stillness is the silent killer of the modern worker. We sit in soft chairs for 10 hours a day, staring at screens, slowly becoming stiff and fragile. To combat this, Japan has utilized a specific daily exercise routine broadcasted on the radio since 1928. The absolute genius of this system is how easy it is to start. The routine lasts exactly 3 minutes and 13 seconds. In that tiny window, it guides your body through continuous movements that mix light cardio with deep stretching. It is so simple that everyone from young children to grandparents performs it every single day. In the West, we have been poisoned by an all-or-nothing fitness culture. We believe that health requires a brutal, sweat-drenched 2-hour gym session. And because we cannot commit to 2 hours, we end up doing absolutely nothing. We sit at 0. The Japanese longevity system proves that perfection is a trap. You don't need exhausting workouts to survive. You just need consistent, daily movement to prevent your body from locking up. By introducing just 3 minutes of intentional stretching, you lubricate the joints and wake up the heart. You tell your brain that your physical body is still alive and in use. 5. Why your food is making you sad. What you eat is not just fuel to stop you from feeling hungry. It is the actual physical material your body uses to rebuild your brain and cells while you sleep. We are suffering from a modern crisis. We are eating more food than ever before, yet our bodies are starving for actual nutrition. Traditional Japanese meals are built on an unyielding, balanced structure: 1 soup and 3 small side dishes. It creates an automatic, forced balance of healthy carbs, high-quality proteins, and vital vegetables. You cannot overeat the bad stuff because the physical presentation of the meal prevents it. But the hidden master key of this diet is fermented foods like miso and pickled vegetables. Modern science has finally caught up to ancient wisdom, revealing the absolute power of the stomach-brain connection. The bacteria in your stomach are responsible for producing the vast majority of your body's happy chemicals. By consuming fermented foods daily, Japanese culture systematically builds a healthy stomach environment. They are not just eating for pleasure or to numb their stress. They are actively engineering their internal biology to naturally produce a stable mood. They eat to reduce brain fog and build a shield against modern anxiety. 6. The free antidepressant you ignore. Good food keeps your internal organs young, but eventually gravity crushes the skeleton. To fight this, Japanese culture normalizes moving against gravity. Japan is a country filled with mountains, and walking or hiking them is a deeply embedded habit that lasts well into old age. This goes far beyond just breathing fresh air on a weekend. Your lower body, your legs, and your hips are the absolute foundation of your independence. When your leg muscles begin to shrink from a sedentary lifestyle, your brain senses a loss of balance. To protect you from falling, your brain unconsciously makes you want to move even less. This triggers a rapid, irreversible aging cascade where your world gets smaller and smaller. When the legs fail, the mind quickly follows. Walking outside actively fortifies this foundation by forcing your bones to remain dense and strong. But there is a secondary, purely mental benefit to walking in nature. When you walk forward and objects move past the corners of your eyes, it activates a circuit in your brain that actively turns off your panic center. Forward physical momentum literally calms the brain's alarm system. It is one of the most powerful natural mood boosters humanity possesses, and it is completely free. 7. Why your showers aren't relaxing. Finally, after a day of deliberate effort, your body must undergo complete physical recovery. In our modern hustle culture, we have forgotten how to actually rest. We take fast, 5-minute showers, standing under rushing water just to scrape off the dirt before collapsing into bed. We sleep, but our muscles are so tight that we do not recover. We are not resting, we are just unconscious for 8 hours. In a country famous for its natural hot springs, taking a slow daily bath is an absolute non-negotiable rule. Bathtubs are installed in virtually every house, not as a luxury, but as a tool. This is a profound daily reset for your nervous system. First, the intense heat physically forces your tight muscles to let go of the defensive stress they have held all day. Second, the gentle pressure of the water accelerates your blood flow, washing waste out of your tired tissues. Third, the water allows your body to float. For the first time in 16 hours, the heavy, constant downward pressure of gravity is lifted off your spine and joints. This physical relief instantly tells your brain to turn off its survival mode and turn on its repair mode. You shower quickly just to get clean. They bathe slowly to repair the human machine. The final step: don't rely on motivation. These 7 habits are not just interesting cultural facts. They are highly engineered daily systems designed to protect the human mind and body from the exhaustion of modern life. The profound pain of the modern human comes from a total lack of systems. We rely entirely on motivation and willpower to stay healthy, and willpower always runs out when you are tired. When you rely on motivation, you eventually fail. When you rely on a built-in system, you endure. You do not need to move to a small Japanese village to access this kind of longevity. You do not need a perfect, stress-free life. You just need to stop letting a chaotic, fast-paced modern environment break you down. Do not try to change your entire life and implement all 7 of these habits tomorrow morning. Trying to be perfect all at once is exactly why people fail. Instead, pick just one. Reclaim your mind by cleaning your space for 10 minutes today. Or reclaim your morning by stepping into the sunlight before you stare at a screen. Or reclaim your body by doing just 3 minutes of simple stretching. Build your system slowly, because right now your environment is controlling how you feel. It is time for you to take control of your environment. If you refuse to spend the rest of your life in survival mode, join us. Subscribe to Mind Companion. Every week, we deconstruct the hidden psychology of everyday life to help you build an unbreakable mind. Build your system. Until next time.